told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
Alright, fellas, what's going on, Matrix? This is White Dragon 1987 with the Miami Dolphins. We're underperforming this year, but we're in the building. I have my very special co-host, Alpha Male, for now to you with the Baltimore Ravens. What's going on, Alpha?
My guy, good peoples, hello world. Once again, podcast is in effect. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Good to have you. Good to have you. Sorry, you guys. It's been a couple of weeks. I think our last one was January the 10th, but we've got a lot of stuff going on. A little bit new show tonight. We're going to take things in a different direction. Hopefully, it turns out well. Hopefully, we get a lot of viewers. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. As usual, we're going to open up and break down who the league administrators are. The commissioners are the 49ers, the Chiefs, the Ravens. The alternate is myself, the Miami Dolphins. The trade committee, a lot of people keep asking who the trade committee is. If you guys would please go right now, stop what you're doing, pull up the Gort, pull up the, what is that thing called, man? I'm taking a blank here. The GroupMe, pull up the GroupMe and go ahead and look at all the names on there. You're going to see a little TC in front of certain teams. That means trade committee. Who would have thought TC means trade committee? My God, that's crazy. But the trade committee, they are the Bucks, the Cowboys, the Ravens. The alternates are the 49ers and the Miami Dolphins. As far as the graphics, you've got me. We're always looking for help. We had the Redskins for a while. I know he's got some stuff going on outside of here now. But always looking to bring in more people to do graphics. We need all the help we can get. Moving on to position changes. We've had a few issues this year, not too many. I think we've ironed out a lot of the stuff. But Sherrod, can you help break down some of these position changes for the Matrix League?
Most definitely. All right, so let's start off like this. These position changes, first and foremost, are extremely important, very important. I am having a hard time figuring out how we not grasping the concept. So I'm not going to be long-winded. First and foremost, the following changes can be made. You can do this with no problem. O-line shuffling from guard to center to tackle, all interchangeables. Fullback to tight end to fullback. Linebacker to linebacker. That means right outside, MLB, LOLB. Defensive end to DT, DT to defensive end. DB to DB, i.e. cornerback to free safety to strong safety, interchangeable. Kicker to punter, punter to kicker. Not kicker to quarterback. The following changes are prohibited. They cannot be made. Hear me out. Cannot be made. Quarterback to any other position group. Running back to any other position group. Wide receiver to any other position group. O-lineman to any other position group. D-lineman to any other position group. DB to any other position group. Now check this out, good people. Here's where it gets a need for your attention. Commissioners may approve of a linebacker to DE or a DE to linebacker depending on the attributes feature, such as speed, agility. Once the move is made, that player will stay in that position group. So this is what we mean by this. You cannot move a DE to linebacker if that move is going to make that player that's being moved the fastest or the most agile.
Absolutely.
I.e., Mike, continue on.
Yeah, the biggest thing for us, you guys, we don't have a lot of gameplay rules, but a lot of these position change rules, it's so you can't break the game. If you take Lamar Jackson and you put him at wide receiver, you're trying to break the fucking game. If you have a linebacker that has 94 speed and you try to put him at defensive end, you're trying to break the game because there are no defensive ends that have 94 speed. We are very strict on these position change rules. The absolute most important position change rule that my boy Alpha didn't go over yet, you cannot move X factors for any reason. I don't give a shit what you guys say. If, my girl came in and she wanted to see how this uniform would look if he was a fucking quarterback instead of a running back. I don't care if you said, hey, I just want to see what his overall would be. If you say, I just want to see if I change him to halfback to wide receiver, can I change his number? No, you are not allowed to do that. Why can you not change an X factor position? The reason is because they have certain abilities. They have zone abilities. If you change their position, it will re-roll their abilities. Most of the time, it's going to hurt you. But a lot of y'all are fucking dummies. You think you're smart, which you're actually not. Y'all are going to sit there and make that position change 15 fucking times, and we're going to notice that you're cheating. There's no excuse for that. If you tell me, hey, look, I moved my defensive end to a defensive tackle, he was an X factor, we might buy into that one. But if we watch you take a defensive tackle who's an X factor and move his ass to kicker, and then move him to defensive end, and then move him to linebacker, and then move him to offensive line, we're probably going to kick you out of the league. I'm probably going to send you into daddy leagues, let people know what's up. We're going to let Madden Accord know. We're going to put some shit on Twitter to let people know, don't add you to the fucking league. Pay attention to these rules, all right? Matrix is built on free gameplay. You can run whatever packages you want to run, blitzes, I don't give a shit what you do, but position changes are very, very important. Now, these are editing the players' positions. You can do whatever you want to do in your depth chart. If Madden will let you do anything in the depth chart, we do not restrict that. Again, this is for editing a player's position, not what you do in the depth chart. Anything to close out position changes, Alpha?
Yes. So also, my players that are very unique and understand the packages within the game, we're not concerned with packages, i.e. safety at linebacker, wide receiver at tight end, wide receiver at running back. We're not necessarily concerned with those particular changes in the packages. We're concerned with you editing a player and changing that position group.
Absolutely. That's it. Moving on. We've had a few issues lately. I'm not going to say any names, but we got one or two people that consistently are just magically, randomly having disconnect problems. So we actually have rules in place for it. We're going to let you guys know the rules, and we're going to start enforcing this shit, or you're going to be out of the league. We understand disconnects happen, but there's what we're looking at right here. All right. If you're disconnected, you must provide a screenshot or a video clip of the disconnection screen. Nobody has been doing that. All right, take your phone out, take a picture, hold the share button down on your PlayStation controller for 2 or 3 seconds. It will take a screenshot. Or you can just press the share button and then press square. It's going to save the previous gameplay clip, and we can look and see what the error message was showing. You can only replay that game after Commissioner gives you approval. You can't sit there and keep having disconnects 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and y'all just keep going on your own damn self thinking y'all hot shit without asking a commissioner. You have to get with the commissioner if you have a disconnect. This is very important, you guys. If you guys have a disconnect and the score is 14-0 at halftime, the score and the quarter from the previous game have to be used in the next game unless both parties agree. So what do you mean by that? What I mean is, if it's 14-0 at halftime, you guys are not going to play a whole nother game. You guys load back up, you give whoever's supposed to have the ball, and then you're going to play with a 14-point handicap. So let's say y'all just play 2 quarters, and in those 2 quarters, the score ends up being 7-7. You're going to add those 14 points from the previous game, quit the game, and we will give a force win in that situation to whoever was supposed to have it. So get with the commissioner. If you don't know what to do, we'll explain it for you. Don't just do whatever you want to do. We actually do have a disconnect rule. If you have 5 or more disconnects in one season, you're probably going to get booted from the league because you're either pulling the plug, you're cheating, or you have shitty internet. All right? I like to stream sometimes, but if I know I'm at work or if I know I'm on a hotspot, I'm not going to stream because it's going to disconnect. Stop being fucking stupid, guys, all right? I pray to God you guys aren't 5 and 10, 15 years old. Hopefully y'all are grown men. Be grown men. Understand the disconnect rules. The last thing in here, you cannot quit the game because you're losing. I've seen a few teams, there's 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds left in a game, and you want to quit because you know you're already losing. We don't roll like that. We're really big into stats in this league. We're really big into building our players. If you do shit like that, we are going to boot you from the league. Sherrod, anything you want to follow up with on the disconnect and replays?
Yeah, one thing I want to make sure we comprehend together is that we also understand that if you're streaming and if the game doesn't cut off, we know you didn't pull a plug. So you don't have to necessarily worry about that. However, you still need to get your stuff together. Whatever you're doing with your internet, whatever you're doing with the game, you need to get it together. The last thing I want to mention and touch bases on is rage quitting. We have filtered through almost 100 users. We don't tolerate rage quitting, period. So if you're a rage quitter, you need to find yourself another league and handle your business and get out of here.
Absolutely.
Like White
Absolutely.
Dragon said, we love our stats.
Yeah, and we're going to beat that ass, all right? We got 4 or 5 guys in this league, y'all. that are probably top 1,000, possibly top 500 Madden players in the nation. All right, I'm not talking this guy's pretty good in your little Timbuktu, middle of fucking nowhere town. I'm talking we have guys in here who have played in elite tournaments. We have guys in here that have written ebooks before. We got people in here that sell blitzes. We've got people that are YouTubers in here. Know that when you get into this league, there are some very competitive people. Now, that being said, we got people on the other side. We got some bums in here. We got some trash in here. But it's okay because they play their games. That's all we care about, you guys. Play your games. Have fun with the league. You know, build your team, build your players, do what you got to do. We're never going to boot somebody because you go 2-14 or 3-13. But if you don't communicate with your opponent, if you're not playing your games, if you're not involved with the league, we're going to boot you, all right? So just communicate. That's the big thing to take away from this. This is something new we're going to do for this segment. We're going to do Matrix Madden League Rookie Report. So what we're going to do, we're going to break down the leading rookies in each position or in each statistical category and just take a look at them and see how these guys are performing early on. So let's jump straight into it. Let's look at a few quarterbacks. Early on, Jordan Love, the quarterback rookie for the Chicago Bears, he's looking like the best rookie quarterback so far this season. He's got some good size on him. He's 6'4", 220 pounds, very, very young, 20 years old, coming out of Utah State. He went a little bit later in the draft, but he's got 1,391 passing yards and 13 passing touchdowns. You got anything to say about Jordan Love, Alpha?
Jordan Love is a hell of a project. I seen him when he was drafted, and I said that guy's going to turn out and be something. Good draft pick, Chicago Bears.
Yeah, you know, the only thing that's bad about Jordan Love is he's just got that normal trait. But the way the Bears are playing with him, he's going to have him to star soon. Maybe by the end of the year, he'll have him to a superstar, possibly X Factor next season. But I definitely see him moving up. Next, we have my dude down here with the Miami Dolphins, Justin Herbert, 6'6", 22-year-old guy out of Oregon. He's got a real fucking messy set of hair on him. 986 passing yards, 10 passing touchdowns. I had 2 really rough games with him. I'm still trying to learn his throwing motion. It's a bit awkward. But he does have that hidden trait, so I'm going to see what he's got as far as the hidden trait. I believe he's got a star trait. But he's got really nice throw power. Got decent wheels. He's got 81 speed. I've really enjoyed having him on the team. Got him in the second round. That was a good steal. The Patriots, shockingly, have benched Tom Brady, and the rookie out of Stanford, KJ Costello, 6'5", 215 pounds, 22-year-old rookie out of Stanford, has been playing very good football. I'm very surprised that he's outperforming Tom Brady. He's got 687 passing yards, 8 passing touchdowns, and I believe out of all the rookie quarterbacks, he probably has the best touchdown to interception ratio. I think he's got 8 passing touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and all of those 3 interceptions came in the revenge game that he and I had last night, so I'm kind of proud to make sure I tarnished that record a little bit, but my man GOAT is doing fantastic. And by the way, we just got our 8th viewer, you guys. We need 2 more viewers, and we're probably going to give something out after the podcast, so keep it up. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell somebody to chime in.
Right, and touch bases on KJ Costello, I have to make a mention about this fella. I've seen his gameplay and his stats. This guy's throwing 8 touchdowns and 3 interceptions for 64% completion. That is remarkable. And here we are coming up on our 5th week. Pat, I see you. We've been around for years. You're doing a hell of a job over there.
Yeah, he's really playing well this year. He's actually leading the division right now, and I'm very proud of him. I lab with him a little bit in the off season. A lot of people get really hard-headed and they get their ego involved, but Steve GOAT, he's always looking to learn some more stuff, and he'll listen to you. This is what happens when you guys listen. When you guys come and ask for information, you guys ask, how to learn the game. Alpha and myself, we're going to teach you, all right? We're not going to withhold any information. You just got to be willing to jump off that fucking dumbass pedestal you're on. Everybody's got that pride. Y'all got that ego. Just come ask us and talk to us, all right? Moving on to the Los Angeles Rams. This guy fell a little bit later than I thought he would. DeAndre Swift out of UGA, probably the best college running back this previous season. He's a little short, 5'9", but he's nice and stocky, 216 pounds. He's a do-all type of back. He's a solid back as far as elusive. He's also got a little bit of strength to him. Pretty good receiving back. He's got 562 rushing yards, but 9 rushing touchdowns, Alpha. He's averaging 3 rushing touchdowns a game. What do you think about DeAndre Swift?
Hey, when the previous Rams user informed me that's who he will be drafting. I was a little bit disappointed because I wanted to sneak him with my late pick. I knew this guy would be a problem. This guy is a serious problem. Hell, watch him in college, live TV on Saturdays during college football. This guy is a problem. That transition to the league with immaculate consistency. This guy is a problem.
Absolutely, and it looks like he's halfway through revealing that trait that he's got, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be a superstar, but he'll probably end up being an X factor by the end of the season. Moving on to the Kansas City Chiefs, they made a fantastic pick at running back. Although my man DeAndre Swift went early, they took the power back, Jonathan Taylor, later on, 5'11", 216 pounds. He's really young as well, 20 years old. You guys, when you guys draft these players that are 20 years old, 21 years old, they're going to end up getting up into the 90s really, really easily because their XP cost is so low to get that next skill point, and you just have so much time to build them. Try to look out for these rookies that are 20 and 21 years old as opposed to those 24-year-old guys. But anyways, out of Wisconsin, he's got 392 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Really nice power back. What do you think about Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor, again, it was another late pick that I was going to try to sneak in. My man, Chief, he has expertise in drafting. He picked the guy, and what do you know? Chiefs is on the road running wild and crazy with Mr. Taylor.
Absolutely, absolutely. Moving on, my man with the Cincinnati Bengals, that's Keith out there. Keith is always a supreme, top-shelf, premier shit talker, trash talker. That's what I like about having him in the league, and he's usually got the game to back it up. However, he sold out this last draft, made sure he had a lot of draft picks. When you have that many rookies on a team, their awareness is going to be a bit low, and I think he's getting a little bit frustrated lately. But he has the talent to move forward. He's just got to get these guys some awareness. He's got to get their overalls up a little bit. But he picked Travis Etienne early in the draft. He's 5'10", 200 pounds, 20-year-old rookie out of Clemson. Really nice, solid, elusive back. 206 rushing yards, but he's got 5 touchdowns. What do you think about the Bengals picking Travis Etienne in his draft overall?
Very smart pick, very smart pick. A lot of people was unaware of that young man, and that young man slipped to the Bengals. The Bengals is a crafty drafter. He's well aware of the stats, the players, the underdogs, the sleepers, and the people that's predicted to be the best. Great pick, Bengals.
Absolutely. And it's going to be nice to see a lot of his young players develop up there in that NFC North with you, Steelers, and you got the Browns. You guys have by far the toughest division, and at least the Bengals has all these young players to build for the future. So very nice pick for the Bengals. Moving on, the Washington Redskins wide receiver Laviska Shenault, 6'2", 220 pound, 20-year-old rookie out of Colorado. Colorado and Colorado State, dude. These last 2 or 3 years, they've been putting out a lot of rookies into the NFL. I'm sorry, a lot of college players into the NFL that are wide receivers. So I don't know what's going on out there. Maybe it's the weed going on in Colorado, but you got a lot of wide receivers out here doing their fucking thing, man. He is a deep threat, but he's also a little bit thicker guy, so he's got some weight to him. He's able to go up and get those high point balls. 20 receptions, 462 receiving yards, and 5 receiving touchdowns. Alpha, it looks like Dwayne Haskins Jr. has his number one connection right here in Laviska. What do you think?
Yes, Laviska is a problem. He's a problem. 20 receptions and 467 yards through almost 5 games with 5 touchdowns, averaging a touchdown a game. What's outstanding to me and stands out to me is the 188 rack yards. This guy catch the ball and goals. Look for him to receive a rack on the go, superstar ability trait, or perhaps double me or Moss, superstar X Factor ability trait.
Very nice receiver, very nice receiver. Moving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I'm pretty sure this guy is getting sick of people hitting him up for this wide receiver just because he has that 97 speed. I'll be honest, I was highly considering taking Henry Ruggs III with the number 3 pick in the draft. However, I really needed some defense. I desperately needed some defense down in Miami, so I wasn't able to make this pick. But Henry Ruggs III out of Alabama, 6'0", 190-pound, 21-year-old rookie. Alabama's been putting out some really good rookie receivers as well these last couple of years. Jerry Jeudy. Also, you go back a little bit further, you've got Julio Jones. You've got Calvin Ridley, and then now Henry Ruggs III. Alabama has got a lot of wide receivers coming out. This guy's got 20 catches, 420 yards, and 6 receiving touchdowns. Alpha, I know you're jealous about Henry Ruggs III. I know you want him on your team, man.
You know what? I'm extremely upset at Jacksonville Jaguars for being an expert drafter. Believe it or not, I was looking at Judy, and I looked at another receiver, and I said, well, I need defense. I'm a defensive player. However, I said, this guy right here, he's going to be a sleeper. He's not one of the more front page news wide receivers at Alabama. However, someone noticed him. Jacksonville Jaguars took him. That 97 speed, 98 acceleration reminds me of Tyreek Hill and Hollywood Brown. Henry Ruggs, I look forward to playing you.
Yeah, definitely. I wish I had HR3 on my team, but I couldn't make that selection there that early. Moving on, another leader in the as far as the rookies with the receiving categories. I snuck in there with Bryson Hopkins. I was really shocked, but he's a rookie tight end that I got later on in the draft. He has 26 catches, 348 yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns. I'm going to be honest, a lot of Justin Herbert's interceptions this year are me trying to force feed Bryson Hopkins. There's just something about this guy. I love him. He's 6'5", 246 pounds. A bit on the old side for a rookie at 24 years old. I actually traded away Mike Gesicki just because I'm so fond of Bryson Hopkins. Really enjoying this dude. He's getting me a lot of good looks in the red zone. He likes to break out for some pretty good hauls. And getting a lot of catches with him. 26 catches, just through, 4 or 5 weeks. So I'm averaging at least 5 catches a game with him. So he's been really solid for me, Alpha.
Yeah, that guy's a sleeper. He's a problem. He didn't get a lot of attention in college within the news waves. However, being that you're a good drafter as you are, you seen him there for the taking and you took him. He has some excellent numbers as well. 4 touchdowns, 26 catches for 348 yards. He's averaging almost 70 yards a game for a tight end. That's not even your primary offensive option. Great job.
Absolutely, and the more I get my my offensive line built, I'll hopefully have more time to drop back and hit him. But I'm looking for at least about 1,200 yards this year and 10 touchdowns with him. Moving back over to the Patriots. Now, the Patriots surprisingly had the best draft in the league. They have superstars all throughout their draft, star trait players all throughout their draft. And I'll be honest, he was hitting me up, and he didn't really know what he had at first. And we went through, we checked out his team, and he had a solid draft. It started with Javon Kinlaw, 6'6", 310-pound defensive tackle out of South Carolina. He's almost got that ability unlocked. I believe he's a star trait, if I'm correct. Already at a 77 overall. He's got 12 tackles and 6 sacks. It's really rare, Alpha, to see a defensive tackle getting 6 sacks. Javon Kinlaw has been a beast this year so far.
Kinlaw is a problem. I can't say it enough. I'm going to tell you who he reminds me of. He reminds me of that great defensive tackle out of the Philadelphia Eagles, Mr. Cox himself, the best defensive lineman in the game. And I'm going to tell you why. This guy's a rookie already with 76 speed, 87 strength, 82 block shedding, 87 power moves, 82 finesse move. This guy does it all. His traits is swing move and bull rush, not to mention high motor. He doesn't give up on a play. All of this while carrying a load of 310 pounds while being 6'6", skyscraping over people. Listen, I do not want to be in the AFC East and play this guy. Patriots, stay as far away from me as possible.
Hey, and real quick, you guys, I see a few guys are making comments. I'm getting a little notification in the top right of my screen. While we're doing the podcast, it's kind of hard for us to read those. So if you guys want us to read any comments you guys are making, please put it in the GroupMe chat. I'm able to check my phone while we're doing the podcast. So any comments you guys are making, please put it in the GroupMe chat, and I'll make sure I take a look at it in between segments. Moving on over to another defensive player who's having a really good rookie season is Chase Young, another Bengals player. Bengals had a really nice draft as well. Chase Young was hands down the best player in this draft. I really wanted him. Luckily, I made some trades and went and got Myles Garrett. But Chase Young, 6'5", 265-pound, 21-year-old rookie out of Ohio State. This guy is a power rusher. He's a speed rusher. He's a run stopper. He can do anything and everything. You can put him in coverage. He could probably throw the damn football. But he's got 13 tackles and 6 sacks early on in this short season. What do you know about Chase Young, Alpha?
Chase Young, I was like, what is the hype about this young man? Consistently throughout the year last season, I was hearing Mr. Bengals say, I'm drafting Chase Young. I was like, all right, coach, he's going to have to put on the pads and show me. Nonetheless, after the combine, I seen his numbers during preseason. This guy has 88 speed, 92 acceleration, 88 finesse moves, and 87 power moves. 84 agility for a guy that's 265 pounds. This guy is a problem. Add on 90 strength. Please, stay away from me. Stay away from me. Unfortunately, you're in my division, so I'm going to have to see what this guy do in between the lines, Coach Bengals.
Hey, here we go. And I see one of the comments we had. One of the guys was asking if you can move a free safety to cornerback if they are an X factor. Once again, no. If you have an X factor player, you cannot move their position whatsoever. If it's an X factor, the X means no. You cannot move that player. All right. Sorry I had to cut in right there, Alpha. But that's a great synopsis on Chase Young. Excellent player. Let's take a look at another defensive player out of the Kansas City Chiefs, another one of the better drafters in our league. Cornerback Kindle Vildor, 5'11", 190-pound, really light dude, 21 pounds, rookie out of Georgia Southern. Really good talent out of a small school, and he's making him work. He's a really good man-to-man corner. 18 tackles, 4 interceptions on the young season. What do you know about Kindle Vildor?
First and foremost, a lot of talent has came from Statesboro, Georgia Southern. This dude, Kindle Vildor, was a sleeper. No one knew this guy had 97 speed, 97 acceleration. He's the problem. He will stick to you like white on rice. Receivers, it will be hard to break and make your routes. You have to be an excellent route runner. Kansas City Chiefs, Coach Kendall, great draft pick.
Absolutely. When I saw that speed when I was making the segment, I was really amazed. I didn't know he was that fast. So really nice pick there. I'll give you a 7th-round draft pick for him. Go ahead and send it to me right now. We'll make sure that gets taken care of. Moving on with the Miami Dolphins, another rookie that we had. I had a pretty solid draft. Really proud of myself for that. And I actually traded away a few picks before the draft. But Grant Delpit, I took him number 3 overall, and he has impressed me the world over. 6'3", 206-pound, 20-year-old rookie out of LSU. Everybody knows Alpha. LSU, that's the place where you go get your DBs from. A lot of good DBs coming out of there. I've got a really good set of game clips for him. I'm probably going to post a Grant Delpit feature highlight reel here soon. Had a nice little one-handed interception the other night with him. He lays the lumber too. He reminds me a lot of Jamal Adams, but I think he's even taller than Jamal Adams. And I had Jamal Adams in our last franchise in the Jets. This guy has been nasty. He's doing a lot of work on his own. He's got that 91 speed, really good zone safety. He's laying the lumber. Very, very happy with this draft pick, number 3 overall. 15 tackles, 3 interceptions. I know you're jealous, Alpha. I know you wanted some Grant Delpit on your team.
Absolutely. I must say this guy was on a lot of people's draft board. Grant Delpit. We was hoping he slipped down and fall. Unfortunately, you knew exactly what you was drafting when you drafted him. One thing I like best about this guy is not only does he remind me of Jamal Adams with 86 hit power and 91 strength right off the bat as a rookie, this guy has 73 catching. What that means is when the ball is in his vicinity, he's not playing tip drill games. He's going to catch the ball. With that high motor he got, he's going to be a problem. Play to run, passing, linebackers. He also has the height to play tight ends. We talking 6'3", fellas. So tight ends, you won't be bullying this young man.
Absolutely. And, I probably need to get a little bit better at bringing him down in the box to start blitzing a little bit because he definitely has the frame to do it. And I know I could get some good pressure on the quarterback with him. But very happy with Grant Delpit. Looking at another solid defensive player out of we got the Chicago Bears, Shaun Wade, 6'1", 193-pound, 21-year-old rookie out of the Ohio State University. He's a nice man-to-man corner. He's got that hidden development trait, probably going to be a star, I believe. He's got 15 tackles, 3 interceptions. This was a nice sleeper pick, Alpha, with Shaun Wade going to the to the Chicago Bears.
Sleeper pick? Who are you telling? This guy was drafted in the 2nd round, 30th pick overall. A guy that has 94 speed, almost drafted in the 3rd round. I feel ashamed of myself. What
Absolutely.
are we thinking? What are we thinking? Not to mention, he's starting off with 85 man coverage, 77 zone coverage, and 78 press. This guy's the problem. His jumping is a little off. However, how do you need to jump when you're 6'1"? 72 awareness and 92 injury, 82 toughness. This guy's tough. Not to mention, he comes equipped with multiple traits. We talking about balance, play ball, predictable play as far as when it's time to re-sign, strip ball, I mean, he plays the run and takes the ball, high motor, a spontaneous personality like Polamalu. This guy is all over the field, plays both sides, the 1, the 2, and the slot.
Yeah, and it's really nice to get some of these defensive backs out of the draft that not only have that speed and the agility and things like that, but also all the awareness to go with it. It's really rare to find a guy that has over 92 speed as a DB and he's already at almost an 80 overall. That's really, really rare. A lot of times you got to draft these corners that are like a 68 overall, 66 overall, but have that 95, 96 speed and build them. This guy right here, he is going to be a problem, absolute problem. Moving on to the Green Bay Packers, this player right here, Marcelino Ball, doesn't look really great as far as traits on paper. Doesn't have a high overall, 73 overall, and he requires a lot of XP points to get that next skill point. But he's 6 foot, 223 pounds. All right, so he's got some weight to him. That's almost some running back, power back size. So I know he can probably lay some lumber out there. 22 years old, out of Indiana. He's got 17 tackles and 3 interceptions. Really, really nice pick right here with the Packers, Alpha.
Yes, Marcelino Ball, real good pick. What I love about him most is his traits. He's a spontaneous personality and an aggressive play ball. Aggressive play ball pretty much mean if you throw in his direction, he's going to play that ball aggressively. Not to mention being 6 foot. Strip ball and high motor. This guy is a good pick. Good pick, Packers. The newcomer. Good pick, Packers.
Very solid pick. Very solid pick. Well, those are all the leaders as far as the rookies and stats categories. If you guys don't have any of your rookies on there, get your weight up. Start having some better stats. Start having some better games. I'm not giving shout-outs to bums. Let's move on to the newest segment. We have never had this in Matrix Madden League. We've probably done 15, 20, 30 podcasts. This is something totally new. This is called On the Block. What we're going to do, we're going to break down a bunch of players and teams that are on the block. And if you guys are interested in trading, you can take your first look now and then hit these guys up in the DM. So let's go ahead and roll straight into it, Alpha. Looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I know we had a new user recently. There's a lot of talent on that team, a lot of talent in some very coveted positions. But one of those players is going to be old man Calais Campbell. Don't be afraid at this 34-year-old age number. All right, you guys. He's 6'8", 300 pounds with superstar X Factor. Now, if you guys are looking like you're probably going to go 1-15, 2-14, he may not be the guy you want. But for all you guys that are playoff teams, all you guys that are probably 500 teams, expect to go 8-8, 9-7. For you people looking to go to the Super Bowl, come get you some Calais Campbell, all right? He has that superstar X Factor. He's an amazing run stopper. He's even pretty decent as a speed rusher, although his speed is pretty low, and he's a great power rusher. Come get you some Calais Campbell. I know the guy is willing to move him. I made him an offer, but he was really polite. He said, look, man, I want to wait till after the show. Let's see what I can get. This guy is an absolute animal. There's a reason he's on the Jacksonville Jaguars. 90 strength, 89 block shedding, 88 power moves, 92 finesse moves, 91 tackle, 96 play rec, 97 awareness, 70 speed, and 83 acceleration. Alpha, Calais Campbell is an absolute problem. I had him last franchise when I had the Jets. I didn't give a shit how old he was. He was getting to the quarterback.
Yes, Calais Campbell is a problem. Not to mention he has the X Factor reinforcement. That means this guy's going to jump for passes you throw over the middle to the check down. This guy's going to play the run. he's a problem. He has out the way, which means running backs, tight ends, wide receivers. When you're trying to block him, he's going to throw you out the way. He also has enforcer. Enforcer is laying the lumber on any particular person holding the ball. Cardinals, you're last in rushing defense. Jets, you're last in rushing defense. The Rams, you're last in rushing defense. Steelers, you at the bottom in rushing defense. You guys may make some general manager decisions and decide to trade for this gentleman.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and I'm nowhere near the bottom in rush defense, but I want him on my team. If I could pair him up and have Danielle Hunter, Myles Garrett on the outsides, and have Campbell coming up the middle, that's a wrap. I won't even have to play the damn game anymore. I can set the fucking controller down. So you guys better come correct with the offers. I've already got an offer on the table for him. Or if you guys don't want to come, maybe my offer is going to be the best one. But go hit up the Jacksonville Jaguars right now. He's standing by his phone. He's ready. He's waiting to hear what you got to offer. Let's keep it moving to the Detroit Lions. All right, the Detroit Lions, they've got a couple of different things on the block. Number one, they have 2 draft picks on the block, a second-round draft pick and a third-round draft pick. Do I know what they're looking for? Hell no. Does he know what he's looking for? Hell yes. Hit him up. Give him a DM. Hell, he might give you a phone call, email. You guys might be able to meet over coffee. Hit him up and go figure out what he wants for this second and third round draft pick before I go get it. He also has superstar veteran quarterback Matthew Stafford on the block. A lot of you guys are struggling at quarterback. A lot of you guys think y'all know how to build a quarterback. Wrong, you're trash. Go get you this quarterback right here. He's a superstar. He's already got those abilities. He has got a cannon for an arm, 94 throw power, 87 deep throw accuracy, 84 medium throw accuracy, 88 short throw accuracy. He's got good throw on the run, excellent play action. If you guys need a quarterback, you're making a mistake by not going after him. Hit up the Lions, all right? I know this guy's got 2 phones, 1 in each hand. He's ready for you guys to come make an offer. Let's put Matthew Stafford on your team. What do you know about Matt Stafford?
Matt Stafford is an amazing player. He's on his down end, but he still can perform and bring lights out football to particular teams that may need him, especially with those speedy wide receivers. The Lions is a new user. Jiggy Fletch, shout out to you. Thank you for joining the Matrix family. You're right on the cusp with a 2-3 win and loss record. You just had a bad loss to a division rivalry, New Breed Vikings. Close game, 35-40. You just blowed out the Seahawks your last game, 24-0. I look forward to you redeeming yourself your next game against the Packers. Hopefully these trades go through. Stay on your phone so you can improve your team.
Absolutely. Hit him up, you guys. Hit him up. Next, my Miami Dolphins, all right? Let me tell you right now, I took one for the team, taking this raggedy-ass Dolphins team. I went 14-2 the first year. Rough start this season, you guys. I had to take a sim. I don't know what's going on, but they lost 3-14 in a sim. Absolute trash without me handling the sticks. Also lost a thriller to the Patriots early in the year, but I got my revenge. I've got some pieces on the block. They're not really flashy, but if you're looking to build some depth, I'm not trying to get rich off these guys. Earlier in the year, I traded for Paul Richardson Jr. He is a star trait wide receiver. He's getting a little bit up there in age. He's 28 years old, but he has that coveted wide receiver speed at 94. 94 wide receiver speed. If you guys are trying to get open on a lot of these fast corners, you're going to need a fast wide receiver to do it. He's got 94 speed, 91 acceleration, 88 catching, 90 jumping. I'm not trying to get rich. I know I'm not going to get 3 first-round picks for him, but come to me with your offers. Let's see what you got. I'm really interested in offensive line, defensive players, or always looking for draft picks. I love draft picks, and if I can't get the right deal, I will keep him. But you know what? I run the ball a lot. He's not really fitting what I'm trying to do. Come get Paul Richardson Jr. If you're looking for somebody just a few years younger, I've got this young man named C.J. Board. C.J. Board is a 2-year player out of Tennessee, Chattanooga. He's got 93 speed, 95 acceleration, 94 agility, 91 jumping. This guy has attributes for days. May not be the smartest wide receiver, may not be the crispest route runner, but he gets jiggy with it, all right? I should change his name to Will Smith. Put him in the slot. This guy's going to run all over the place. I haven't used him too much. Again, like I said, I like bigger wide receivers that are physical because I'm doing a lot of running stuff. I use them for blocking. But if you need a younger wide receiver on the low for the cheap, come get C.J. Board, 93 speed, 95 acceleration. I also have a real big fat dude, all right? And I'm talking real fat. Look at this belly on the screen, all right? You guys see that? Right below the 9 and the 5. Biggest fucking belly you're ever going to see. He's 6'3", 331 pounds. Out of Alabama. He's a great run stopper, good power rusher, not so good of a speed rusher, but he's an 80 overall. A lot of you guys are lacking in the run game. I don't know why you guys are afraid of old players. Come get you some Marcell Dareus. He's got 93 strength, 89 tackle. He's going to lock down the middle for you guys. That's why I've got such a good run defense. I have Marcell Dareus on my team. Let's get him on your team today. Come hit me up, DM me. I'm not trying to get rich. Moving on.
The most outstanding thing about Marcell Dareus, if I interject,
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
please. Marcell Dareus, what I like about him, he has 72 speed and 93 strength. This guy's an Alabama defensive player, meaning he knows how to play defense. You might want to go and get this guy. Let me touch bases on these wide receivers too. For my veteran Madden players that's familiar with the community, C.J. Boyd may look like a bum upon first sight. However, one thing that stands out to me is his 94 agility. My people that know how to do the swerve catch and to throw the defender off his route and go and get the ball, agility is what you need to do that swerve catch for my veteran players. Now, Paul Richardson, let me tell you guys, there's a tip for the game. And I'm not even marketing this player because he's not on my team, but here's a free tip. Paul Richardson has 84 deep route running and 84 medium route running. There's two particular filters you need route running when you playing Madden. If you're playing on All Pro, you need to have 90 minimum route running, and he's going to beat the defender on every route. If you have 85 route running and you playing on All Madden, that's what you need on All Madden to consistently beat the defender. Let me say it again for you guys that think we just pick up the sticks and press buttons. We know this game like the inside out, damn near like the developers. If you're playing All Madden, the route running threshold you want to have is 85. Paul Richardson has 84. He's 2,000 away from another skill point. You should go get that guy.
Absolutely. And a lot of you guys think that, my boy Alpha and me are learning shit from YouTube. That is absolutely wrong. We put content onto YouTube. We actually sell content to YouTubers. We've been playing Madden for collectively about 45 years. I've been playing Madden for about 20 years. I know Alpha's been playing it for about 23, 24 years. We've both been tournament players in the past. I'll admit Alpha is much more current. He keeps up with the metas and what's going on. I'm not as good as I used to be, but you guys still see I took these Dolphins to 14-2. Come get at us, you guys. We will teach you the game. We know all about the different route running you got to have. We know all the thresholds. We understand what beats what. A lot of you guys think you're just coming up here and we're picking some sort of YouTube play and pushing a button and hitting hike and you're getting fucked up. That is not how it goes. Alpha and me, when we play defense, we're making anywhere from 5 to 12 adjustments on defense for every single play. If you hear our buttons, you're going to hear just something going bang, bang, clack, clack, smash, smash. I go through about 3 controllers in Madden season. Alpha goes through about 5 controllers in a Madden season. We break our controllers through our defensive setups. Understand that.
Absolutely, and that is the truth. GameStop has a warranty program, $9 a joystick, brand new or not. So we go through a lot of joysticks.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys got to learn this game. Stop thinking you're going to go to YouTube and find 1 or 2 money plays. We will shut that down. All right. Moving on, the Dallas Cowboys. He's been really quiet this year. All right. He likes to talk trash usually, but I think he finally learned, Alpha. He closed them dirty ass little dick sucking lips of his. And he's actually winning some games. And look at what he's doing. He's been making some headlines. He's got some good stats. And now he's got this absolute stud at running back. This is probably the best player on this trade block segment today. Joe Mixon, 24-year-old, 90 overall star trait Alpha. I cannot believe he's putting this guy on the block.
I don't know what this guy is thinking. This guy is out of his mind. He is finally clicking. Defense #1 in the league, almost, plus or minus. The only thing he needs is a running back to control the game. And what do you have? Joe Mixon, excellent running back with 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 94 agility, not to mention 75 strength, 94 carrying. This guy is a problem. Coach Cowboys, I would reconsider trading this guy. You need a dual running back threat. I know Pollard is leading in a lot of stats. Pollard Mixon will be a good 1-2 punch. Smallwood be your receiving back. Rethink that, sir.
And I think one thing that scares people away, a lot of guys in this league and a lot of guys in the Madden community, if a running back doesn't have 93, 94, 95 speed or 90 trucking, they don't want him. But it sure is funny. I see a lot of you guys with those running backs with 93 and 94 and 95 speed, and you ain't doing shit. All right? It's because you got these dumbass running backs that are a 67 overall, and you think that because you play really good against the computer in rookie mode or you beat somebody online, you start feeling yourself, all right? You start puffing your chest, you think you're somebody. When it comes to Matrix League, cut all that shit out. Sometimes you got to get these running backs that are just solid all the way around, and that's exactly what Joe Mixon is. 86 break and tackle, 91 speed, 94 carrying, 93 juke move, 86 spin move, 90 ball carrying vision, 93 acceleration, 94 agility. This man is better than probably 3/4 of the running backs in our league, and you guys are just going to sleep on him. I might have to go get him, even though I have Tevin Coleman, just to have me a nice 2-back system. So if you guys are going to come with some offers, bring them to the Cowboys today. Moving on to the Los Angeles Rams. And before we jump into what he has on the block, let me tell you, this guy right here, I think he knows Madden, and I think he knows football. He came into the league. The last user, he has some maturity issues, so he decided to go ahead and be a millennial and quit on us. We still miss you, Peyton. We'd love to have you back, young brother. But this Los Angeles coach now has made some really, really intriguing moves. He went and he got Ezekiel Elliott. He went and got Aaron Rodgers. So he's getting some veteran players, and he also has some good draft capital. I think he's making some moves in the right direction, and he has got some skills. But he still has a young stud on the block. You guys should be blowing his phone up. David Long, cornerback, only 22 years old. Did I say that right, Alpha? 22 years old?
This guy's 22 years old.
22 years old. 22 years old.
Overall.
Absolute joke. And people are not coming at him. 22-year-old, 82 overall superstar corner. This guy's going to be a 99 in 2 years, all right? If you guys are having trouble stopping the pass, if you guys need a good corner, come get this guy. He's solid. Yes, he is not the fastest corner in the league. If we go back a slide, he is not the tallest corner in the league, but he is an absolute monster. 86 zone coverage. 80 zone coverage, 86 man coverage, 93 agility, 90 acceleration, 82 press, 94 jumping. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for it in jumping. Alpha, what do you think about David Long here, man?
David Long is a problem, man. He's been a problem for a hot minute now. When the last the last Rams user was playing with him, I noticed this guy is a problem. He was fortunate enough to get scenarios. This guy is a superstar after 1 year in the league. He was projected to be in and out in just a couple of months.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Hang on one second, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm getting a few people inquiring about some trades. So you guys, the trade segment is working. All right, you guys start hitting each other up. I'm already getting some stuff going on right now. Let's keep it on moving from the Los Angeles Rams. We had a last minute, and I'm talking very last minute trade offer get put in through these Patriots. All right. I know the Patriots originally were wanting to move Tom Brady. However, he realized it was going to cost him $12.5 million in cap penalty. And for all you dummies out there, all you people that don't know how to be a GM, you need to pay attention to cap penalties. What is a cap penalty? Whenever you sign a player and you give them a big-ass signing bonus, whenever you trade them away or cut them, that bonus will stay on your books and count as a cap penalty. You do not want to trade players away or cut players that have a big cap penalty. It will ruin your franchise. How do you know what the player's cap penalty is? Click R1 from the main screen of the franchise, go to My Team, and then you're going to go over to Salaries. From Salaries, you're going to scroll over to the right, and it's going to show you Penalty. That is the penalty you will incur if you cut or trade this player away. But the New England Patriots has another solid running back on the block. He's James White. All right, he's 5'10", 205 pounds. Yeah, he's 28 years old, but you still have got about 2 or 3 more years left. You guys got to remember, all right, we're playing Madden, all right? This is not real life. We're only going to have time for about 3 or 4 more seasons. I don't know why you guys think you have to have a 12-year-old player from middle school on your team. He is not going to even reach his full potential. You are going to need some veterans on your team. Don't be afraid of 26, 27, 28, 29-year-old players by any means. James White, he's a great receiving back, outstanding receiving back. He's got that star trait. He's got 84 break tackle, only 89 speed, but he's got 92 acceleration, 91 juke move, 88 spin move, 88 elusiveness. His catching is through the roof. You can throw him into packages as a wide receiver. Alpha, I know you know a lot about James White.
James White, let me say this first and foremost. If you filter the elusiveness trait amongst running backs, you'll see that James White sits right there at the top. It's not easy getting 88 elusiveness. In fact, there's one ability called evasive that's extremely rare and only one running back has it, and that's for a reason. High elusiveness can get you there. 88 spin move, 91 juke move. This guy's a problem. Like, honestly, with 84 break tackle, you don't find that combination quite often. 79 catching those wheels and flats and curls out of the backfield with the short route running of 77. He's going to burn any linebacker that you throw on him for that Texas angle route.
Absolutely. Go ahead and name that route one more time for us.
It's called the Texas angle. It's when the running back runs an out a couple of yards and then angle route in almost 90 degrees. What it does is trick the linebackers because the linebackers think the halfback is running to the flat, and then the halfback cuts with that 90 agility that White has and shoots up the middle and catches the ball on a dime. White is a problem.
You know, and those tips right there, do you think that's some stuff that some of these clowns could go to YouTube and find, sir?
These gentlemen have no idea. They child's play.
Absolutely. You guys, come get at me. Come get at the Ravens. I've actually done private lab sessions with a lot of you guys. I even built some playbooks for 3 or 4 of you guys. All right. I don't mind doing that. I will build some playbooks for you. I will help you lab. The Ravens will give you information. He'll tell you the thresholds. He'll teach you how to get some heat in. He'll teach you how to stop that heat. All you guys got to do is not have that ego. All right.
Right. And that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing. This is not a league about who's best or who's good. Who cares less about Super Bowls this and Super Bowls that? This is about building a brand. The brand is the Matrix. Red pill, the blue pill, the brand is the Matrix, and building a brand. That's why if anytime you need help with something, let it be known. We will beat you and teach you.
Absolutely. And, you know, you guys, I've played in Alpha and I, we go way back. We've played in tons of competitive leagues before. We've played in money leagues before, you know, year after year, season after season. I've won my share of Super Bowls. So has Alpha. I have no desire in winning a Super Bowl in this league. I'm keeping that 100 with you. I do desire to build my team, try to get awards. I am going to make the playoffs every single year. There's no question about that. I'm going to be, you know, usually going 12-4, 13-3, but I have no desire to win the Super Bowl, all right? I just want to get there. I like building my players. I like little storylines. I make up these dumbass little fantasies in my head with my players. That's just the way I play now. I kick back and have fun. But reach out to us, you guys. I would love to lab with you guys. I enjoy labbing. I enjoy labbing defense. I enjoy labbing offense. And you have 2 different mindsets here. Alpha is he'll put the fucking gas pedal down. He will wear you out. He's going to score 100 on you. With me, I'm going to make you think. I like to sit back. I try to throw stuff at you that you're never going to see. A lot of the plays I run, you're probably not even going to know exist even in the game. I try to make sure I bring something new out. You know, Alpha, if he finds a play and it works against you, he's going to run it 10 times against you until you figure out how to stop it. With me, I'm going to run that play, and then I'm going to throw something else at you. Then I throw something else at you. Then I throw something else at you. So 2 totally different mindsets, 2 totally different ways to learn. By all means, I'm not the best Madden player that has ever walked the face of this earth. I have had my ass beat before, but I've beat a lot of people's ass as well, and so has Alpha. So you guys communicate with each other. Let us know, you know, lab with each other. Get better, you know, work on stuff, and biggest thing is just build your team and have fun. Anything you got to close this thing out, Alpha?
Yes. So with that being said, You made a very good point. If I spam the same play on you a million times, so any user, because I'm not the only user, there's several users that do it. But for me, being in the position I am as the head commissioner, for one, perhaps I'm trying to get some stats so I could develop my player. But another reason is to teach you, hey, you need to learn how to stop this. I'm going to run it down your throat. You need to learn how to stop this. It is very important that you do not allow a user to continue to abuse you. On that note, I'm going to close that out as far as that's concerned, and I want to talk about our new users and give them a round of applause and a welcome. You guys have joined the league, as well as my old users. You guys have joined the league that has a 90% completion rate of games. This is the most active league in EA Sports. EA Sports is a multi-million-dollar business, and we're talking about the most active league, 90%. This week, I believe we did 100%, I
100%.
do believe. 100%. With that being said, our new users goes as following. Browns users joined us recently, not too long ago. After the last podcast, he is hell of a personality.
You said
Dennis
Browns?
Rodman of the league. Yes, he's joined
Browns,
after the last podcast. This guy's a hell of a personality. Jethro 888. He joined from another league. This guy plays his games. He's active. Thank you for joining the Matrix family. My guy, HLEMSTER with the Steelers. This guy is a talented player. He's from a particular group called Hot Routes. Hot Routes is professional player Kent and Throne. Hot Routes, it's an excellent Madden resource. This guy is good and dynamic. Another new user we got is Ball to I Fall Titans. He actually whooped on Dolphins. This guy's pretty good.
Whoa. He didn't whoop on no Dolphins. He got a sim win 14-3. Take that out your mouth. Sim win 14-3.
A loss is a loss. Shout out to Titans.
Win. I'm going to see you in the playoffs, Titans. I'm going to see you in the playoffs.
Baby Looney with the Falcons. He just got through whooping up on my guy, the Saints. Falcons, take it easy. Play your games. I know you was tired the other day. Respect, get your rest, play your games. My guy with the Broncos, Kyle, XBMH. This guy's a good guy. Hard to find sometimes, but he's a good guy. He plays his games. I see Panthers got a hold of you, Kyle. You got to do better than that. Michael? You got your butt whooped to the Packers, brother. Stay in the lab. You got a hell of a team over there. Chalk, send Chalk. I'll send the house to you. Java 1908. Yes, you had a hell of a draft. I seen your comment in the section. You just whooped up on New Breed, the Vikings. You playing a hell of a game over there, Beers. Good job. Jiggy Fletch, 24-0. The Seahawks. Come on, guys, show some love. You being up on the new Todd. I think he's your friend, right? Nah, that might be someone else. Anyway, good win. Rams. Hey, guy, you're a good guy, man. Out of West Virginia, Hillbilly. You're a good guy, my brother. No, true story, he is. This is a good guy. Todd, LOL, thank you for being active. You took a hell of a loss to the Lions. Unfortunately, L's happen, wins happen. Stay in the lead. Now, Mikey, real quick, what I want to do, too, I want to have a section at this moment right now where I help out some users that inquired about needing some help.
But hey, before you go any further, there's one thing I want to add in on. You talked about a few segments ago. Hold that thought right there. You guys, when he was talking about running one play and he's going to keep doing it until you learn how to stop it, let me explain to you something. So I've played a lot of the powerhouses last year and this year. I had to play the Chargers, play the Browns, played the Eagles, who are the reigning Super Bowl champs, played the Giants, played the Bengals. And let me tell you the way I play the game. All right, so the way Alpha plays the game, he goes for the kill every single play, and he's usually blowing people out. The way I play, I usually sit back that first half, and I'm sure a lot of those teams I just announced, when you played me last year, the first half, you actually had a lead on me. A lot of those games, you had a 10-point lead, 14-point lead. I usually spend that first half learning my opponent's tendencies. You got to learn, does my opponent like going slants across the middle? You've got to learn, does my opponent like using cover 2 beaters? You have to learn, does my opponent like to run, inside zones out of shotgun formations? Does my running back like to use heavy power formations out of I form? Learn your opponent that first half and then know how to kill them in that second half. That's how I come back and win games. You've got to spend that first half learning your opponent. If your opponent is coming out in a 5 wide receiver set and they're going deep on you using some post street combos and hitting you with some one-play touchdowns, cover 2 beaters, cover 3 beaters, cover 4 beaters, what have you, and you guys are running the same dumbass defense and get burnt, don't cry, don't complain, don't get upset. Stop whatever defense you're using and run something else until you find what works. Sometimes it's going to take some time. Sometimes you're going to take a few L's, but you will learn how to stop these deep passing plays. You're going to learn the strengths and weaknesses of cover 3. You're going to learn the strengths and weaknesses of cover 2. But I just wanted to throw that in. Alpha, go ahead and follow up on the information, sir.
Right. So, like I was saying earlier, a couple of guys hit me up about stopping the most elementary blitz ever, and that is the pinch buck blitz.
Weak ass blitz.
Listen. You guys, this blitz is a meta defense, meta blitz, blah, blah, blah it is. However, it's easy to stop. Real simple. Let me explain to it. Here's the thing. You can't come into a game, every game, having the same game plan with every opponent. We have a multitude of different users in this league. You cannot use the same game plan on every user. Therefore, you must switch it up and change. So here's a secret, not even a secret. This is something elementary to stop all blitzes. First of all, it's this thing called Max Protect. Now, Max Protect works like this. A true Max Protect, you're going to have the tight end and the running back
on opposite sides.
Opposite sides and close to the offensive line. Then you hit the icons for Max Protect, and that is a true Max Protect to block a lot of blitzes, to include the 3-4 odd, to include any other dime, nickel, all of that. It blocks all those blitzes. What do you need to do? You need to peek the blitzer blitzing in. After your automatic drop back, when you see them coming in, you step up into the pocket. That's all you have to do on a lot of blitzes. There's a lot more to that, but I would give you the first initial step. That's how you block these pinch buck blitzes. The other thing, you need to have you some man beaters out there. You need to stop trying to go 1,000,000 yards down the field and say, hey, I'm going to run this little corner route, or I'm going to do this little streak and pass lead inside. You got to stop having these bright ideas. Everybody has a plan and think they can fight so they get in the ring with Mike Tyson. It just doesn't pans out. Other than that, I think it was one more user. I'm trying to refresh my memory. I'm having a brain fart right now. Yeah. So the user asked me, well, how do you blitz? How do you send that heat like that? Well, let me give you guys a secret. You got, first and foremost, you got normal block shed defense. And here's normal block shed defense. With normal block shed defense, you got to look at what kind of defenders that you have on your defensive line. Either you have finesse defenders or pass rushers, or you have power pass rushers. So if you have finesse pass rushers, at the end of what you do with your adjustment of your D-line, you want to crash out. The reason why you crash out, because you try to get one-on-one blocks with the tackle. And if you get one-on-one blocks with the tackle, they're going to beat the tackle if you have good finesse rushers crashing out. So whether you pinch your line or you spread your line, you want to crash out. This is how you get block shed. If you have power rushes, you look at your D-line and say, oh, I got a 90 power rush and a 70 finesse. So that means you have strong bull rushing power rushers. What you need to do, you need to crash down, because when you crash down, you draw the defenders inside, and the defenders are pushing on the offensive lineman, bull rushing them. It's really just that simple. It's not complicated at all.
Absolutely. And this year in Madden, each year it's different in how you blitz. And this year, the whole way to get pressure in Madden is getting people into the gaps onto the line. If you guys think you're going to have linebackers sitting 4 or 5 yards off the line and run some crossfire blitzes or some different type of Tampa 2 blitzes, it's really hard to get that in this year. The meta for Madden 20 is getting blitzers on the line into the A, B, and C gap. So stop all this thinking you're going to have people sitting 4, 5, 6 yards off the line. It's not going to happen. Like my boy Alpha was saying too, you guys got to have a different game plan. If you guys come up in here and you think, oh, I run 4 and 5 wide receiver sets, I like to go deep, I like to throw my shots, you're going to get blitzed. Okay? It's simple math. If you have 5 people blocking on the line and you got 4 wide receivers out, I'm sending 7 blitzers. All right, what's 7 minus 5? That's 2. That means you have 2 blitzers. And if you're a smart user, if you're a smart manager, those 2 blitzers are going to have 90 plus speed. That means you have 2 guys with 90 plus speed unimpeded going to your quarterback. All they have to go is about 5 yards. So what do you think is going to happen first? These linebackers going 5 yards to the backfield unimpeded, or your wide receiver hitting that dumbass streak you're trying to hit, or that long-ass post route 30 fucking yards down the field? It's plain and simple. 5 yards is a lot quicker to run than 40 yards. You guys are going to have to change your game plans. Come out there in I-form close. Come out there in some single back wings. Come out in some heavy sets, single back ace, something where you have multiple tight ends. Load the line. Make people not blitz. Easy way to blitz, start the running game. Get the running game going. Do not think you're going to run up the gut sometimes in some of these pinch buck zeros. Try some stretch alert lookies. Try some stretch alerts. There's all different ways to beat pinch buck zero. If you guys don't believe me, ask my man Paper Trail with the Cowboys. He loves that pinch buck zero, and I love to eat that shit for breakfast. All right? Please, you guys, if you guys think that Pinch Buck Zero is so overpowering, I invite anybody to play me to run Pinch Buck Zero every single play and watch what happens to you. Alpha, that's it for me. Close this thing out, man. We're good.
Hey, once again, thank you for tuning in to the Matrix Podcast. We have an excellent number of users and viewers. This has been an excellent, smooth experience with the Matrix Leads. At the end of the day, like I said, we filtered to over 100 users. We now down to the exact amount of 32. You guys are extremely active. You make the league. You make the league go. We're about to advance shortly right after this podcast. Gentlemen, keep it up. Once again, contact myself, San Francisco 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs, the Dolphins. If you have any questions, Dolphins will be also taking over graphics, and I too will be learning how to do the graphics. Thanks for having us.